a small island with big problems. Nauru is a tiny state in the Pacific Ocean, with an area of only 4 by 5 kilometers, with a population of about 11,000 people. Everything you need, including food and drinking water, is imported here from Australia. However, this country is known not only for its small size, but also for being home to the fattest people on the planet. More than half of the residents suffer from obesity. Nauru may not be the only place with such a problem, but its scale is astounding. Due to limited resources and lack of agriculture, local residents rely on imported products, most of which are high in calories and low in nutrients. Sugar is an invisible enemy hiding in our daily food. We consume it even when we think it's not there. Ketchup, orange juice, yogurts, carbonated drinks, all these products contain huge amounts of sugar. The average Russian consumes 107 grams of sugar per day, and in the United States this figure reaches 166 grams. How did it happen that sugar has become an integral part of our diet? And what consequences does this have for our health? Historical aspect. Sugar entered human life about 9,000 years ago on the island of New Guinea. Back then, people just chewed sugar cane stalks. This taste has become a signal to our brain that food contains a lot of energy and calories. With the development of technology, especially in Bengal, people have learned how to boil and evaporate sugar, turning it into crystals. This product began to travel the world, reaching China, Persia, the Arabian Peninsula and Egypt. In the 20th century, Europeans, who discovered the sweet taste of sugar, began to import it massively from the colonies. Sugar has become a luxury item available only to the rich. Gradually, with increased production, sugar became more affordable and its consumption increased. Sugar cane plantations became the backbone of the economy of many colonies, and their owners sought maximum profit. Sugar production and slavery. In the 18th century, sugar became an incredibly profitable product, which was mass-produced in the American colonies of Europeans. The Caribbean islands turned into solid sugar plantations, and slaves who were brought from Africa worked on them. This led to numerous uprisings, including a successful uprising in Haiti, which led to the island's independence. Slavery has become an integral part of the sugar industry. Slaves were used on plantations in difficult conditions, and their labor was extremely cheap, which contributed to an increase in profits. The planters, in turn, became richer and richer, and sugar became the main export commodity. This also led to an increase in the slave trade, as the demand for labor was constantly increasing. Sugar in culture and economics. Sugar in the 18th century became not only a popular, but also a strategically important product. The European powers invested huge amounts of money in the development of sugar plantations, and this required labor. Thus began the mass transportation of slaves from Africa to the New World. Sugar became a symbol of wealth and power, and plantations turned into huge factories under the open sky. Sugar has also become an important part of culture and cooking. Recipes for sweet dishes, confectionery and drinks began to appear in Europe and America. Sugar was used to preserve fruits and make jams, which allowed the products to be stored longer. Sweet treats have become an obligatory part of holidays and celebrations, strengthening the position of sugar in society. The effect of sugar on health. Sugar has become an integral part of the modern human diet, but its effect on health has turned out to be extremely negative. The 2014 documentary Sugar shows how the author of the experiment consumed a daily dose of sugar equivalent to 40 tablespoons daily. As a result, he gained 8 kilograms and increased his waist circumference by 10 centimeters. Sugar is addictive and leads to various health problems, including obesity, diabetes, and liver disease. Sugar also has a negative effect on teeth. Sugar-eating bacteria produce acid that destroys tooth enamel, leading to tooth decay. Frequent consumption of sugary foods and drinks is especially harmful for children whose teeth are still developing. Scientific research studies by American physiologist Ansel Keys in the 1950s showed that mortality from cardiovascular diseases is directly related to fat consumption. This led to a decrease in the fat content of the products, but sugar was added instead to improve the taste. As a result, sugar consumption has increased, and with it the level of obesity and diabetes. Ansel Keys has become one of the key figures in changing dietary guidelines. His research, however, has been criticized for methodological errors and unsubstantiated conclusions. More recent studies have shown that the link between fat intake and cardiovascular disease is not as obvious as assumed, and that sugar plays a much more significant role in the development of these diseases. Modern sugar consumption today. Sugar is found in almost all products on supermarket shelves. This has led to an increase in sugar consumption worldwide. For example, in Russia, the average resident consumes 2 to 3 times more sugar than is acceptable. The same situation is observed in other countries. In the modern world, sugar consumption has become a habit that is difficult to give up. Sugar is added to various foods to improve their taste and extend their shelf life. Even if you don't add sugar to tea or coffee, you may unknowingly consume it in prepared foods. The problem of hidden sugar. Sugar is hidden in the most unexpected products. Even if you don't add it to tea or coffee, it can be in sauces, salad dressings, yogurts, bread, and even sausage. This makes controlling sugar intake extremely difficult. Manufacturers use sugar to improve the taste and extend the shelf life of products. Hidden sugar is added to foods that do not seem sweet at first glance, which leads to excessive sugar consumption without the consumer's knowledge. Even if you try to stick to a healthy diet, you may unknowingly exceed the recommended daily sugar intake. This increases the risk of developing various diseases associated with sugar consumption. Economic benefits and consequences. Sugar is a huge business. Manufacturers make big profits by selling sweet products, states receive taxes, and the population is satisfied with cheap and affordable high-calorie products. However, the increase in sugar consumption leads to an increase in healthcare costs due to the increase in the number of diseases associated with obesity and diabetes. The economic benefits of sugar production and sale often outweigh public health concerns. States are forced to balance tax revenues and the cost of treating diseases caused by excessive sugar consumption. Food manufacturers are also interested in using sugar, as it improves the taste of products and increases their sales. Strategies to reduce sugar consumption. Various measures are being introduced to combat excessive sugar consumption. Some countries, such as Mexico, have introduced taxes on sugary drinks. There is an active information campaign in the UK aimed at reducing sugar consumption. An important role is played by education and informing the public about the dangers of sugar. States are developing programs to reduce sugar consumption by encouraging the production and consumption of healthier foods. These measures include legislative changes, educational programs, and awareness-raising campaigns. In some countries, manufacturers are required to indicate the amount of sugar on the package, which helps consumers make informed choices. Personal responsibility and choice. Each of us can contribute to reducing sugar consumption. Careful reading of labels, avoiding sugary drinks, and choosing natural products. All this will help reduce the amount of sugar in the diet. A healthy lifestyle and proper nutrition are important for maintaining health and longevity. Conscious food consumption and the pursuit of healthy lifestyle helps reduce the risk of diseases associated with sugar consumption. It is important to understand that every choice we make affects our health and well-being. By choosing natural products, we not only take care of our health, but also support manufacturers who strive for quality and naturalness. Conclusion. Sugar is an invisible enemy. It has invisibly entered our lives and caused numerous health problems. To protect yourself and your loved ones, you need to carefully monitor your diet and try to reduce your sugar intake. Sugar can be delicious, but its effects on our body are extremely negative. Nauru is a prime example of how excessive sugar consumption can lead to serious health problems. This tiny country is faced with a global obesity problem that is relevant for many other countries as well. It is important to remember the need to control sugar intake in order to maintain health and quality of life.